This is a computer programming university, and I am going to be building my first app. I've been thinking about it for some time, and then definitely 2019 was a year that I formally decided I'm building an app. And I think you'll find it very interesting, the app that I'm going to build for my first app. I am absolutely a customer for this app. This is definitely something that I would definitely sign up for, definitely pay for, and it's something that I don't see anywhere. I've been looking around and looking around and looking around, and just dead ends everywhere. The current apps out there are just failing miserably. Not just my personal opinion. I'm looking at what other people are saying. They're complaining. There's lots of forums and chats and just people online just saying this is horrible, it's horrible, it's horrible. And the companies that are out there that have the apps, I don't know what the disconnect is. I frankly, I don't really understand what it is. I will try to understand better, because it's important to understand the competition. Ultimately, I'm going to compete with them to figure out why it is that they can't figure it out. And it may not be that they can't figure it out. They may know what's up, but for some reason are unable to address it. Now, one of the things I think will definitely make me stand out from these competitors is, number one, again, I'm a customer. So I am a prime candidate for the product, and I'm very, very familiar with what the issues are. I'm hearing firsthand from people that are using the apps what problems they're having. I got my own issues. I've been doing the research. So that alone, I think it puts me an advantage, because I'm an insider. I am, to be successful with any company and product, you got to know your customer. Well, I am my own customer, right? Additionally, I think a big separation between what I'm going to build and what's out there already is probably one of the issues is the intention. A lot of people are out there just building these apps, just trying to get rich or whatever it is. I genuinely want to solve a problem, because it's a problem that I'm having and I see a lot of people having. I generally, that is my focus, is solving the problem first, even if it sacrifices the potential revenue. Now, ultimately what I might be saying is that greed is a big part of the problem. You have other people that are so focused on just maximizing how much money they can make. They aren't really focused that much on serving the actual customers. Now, it's just my assessment. I may be incorrect on that, but one thing I do know for sure, that is definitely my intention, to satisfy the customer. Customer, again, first customer is myself, which is a perfect scenario. So I really understand the pain and struggle of the people that I'm going to serve. And that is going to be my priority. So I would rather have a product that is not really a nonprofit, but let's just say it just breaks even to where it's just making enough money. I know we're going to do better than that, but let's say it's just making enough money just to pay for itself. I'd rather have that and have it be an awesome product than for me to sort of just focus on how much money I can make out of it and make a product that's basically a clone of whatever is already out there, right? The idea is what's out there is not delivering. So I want to build something that will deliver. Anyway, so I'll get into more details about what the app is and what it's about in a second. We will start the stream in about 10 minutes, and I am going to welcome you onto my journey of building my first app. Well, in terms of whether I will actually be doing the building or not, that's something I'll address when we get started. But I have an approach that I want to take that I think is wise. I don't have any background in building mobile apps, so the idea of investing a ton of money, it's going to cost a ton of money, into an app when I have no background in app building, even hiring someone to do it, doesn't really make any sense. So I have a plan to address that. So there's a get your feet wet plan, and then there's a go all out hardcore plan with a deadline of, I want to have something out for summer. It is mid-February right now. So summer is quickly approaching, so not really a lot of time. I may be overly ambitious with that, but we'll see. The first thing is, let's get the feet wet and then go on from there. But I'll explain all that in a bit. So we'll get started in about 10 minutes. This is Computer Programming University, where learning is fun, as it should be. Click that like button, why don't you? Come on. Click on the like button or I'm gonna find you and you're not gonna like it. Yeah. We'll be starting in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Secundo. on that like button, or else I'll come find you. Don't think I won't. I will come find you. Anyone who watches this video and doesn't click on the like button, I'm going to personally find you. And I'm going to put some malware on your machine. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. We are starting in 5 minutes. 5 minutos. What's going on? Computer Programming University. We are officially shadow banned, live streaming to nobody as usual, thanks to YouTube, but we will be addressing that. I have some things in the works for that. We will not take no for an answer. YouTube and your nonsense. You will be stopped. You will be circumvented. Because I know that there's lots of people who would definitely value and benefit from my content. So it is for me to make sure the content gets delivered and to stop YouTube from silencing my channel. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're talking about me building my first app. So as you may have already figured, depending on whether my favorite website, YouTube, has delivered the appropriate thumbnail, which should show me building my first app, and it should show a picture, an image, suggesting what the app is about. But as I saw on my tablet, it did not show the actual thumbnail that I uploaded. It showed I think the original default one or whatever it is. So it depends. You may have an idea of what the app is about, or you may not, depending on what YouTube decided to do, because, you know, it's a wonderful website, right? It does whatever it wants to do. Anyway, it's a dating app. And I think I put Tinder in the title, so maybe you saw that. But anyway, Tinder is a disaster. I used to love Tinder maybe 3-4 years ago, say 4 to 5 years ago. I used to get so many matches, man. I remember saying to someone that Tinder in 1 week was like OkCupid a month. A month on OkCupid is the equivalent of maybe a week on Tinder, maybe even longer than that. Because essentially, if I wanted to go out on a date with an attractive woman, I could do it every week. I could probably have at least 2 dates per week, easily. So meaning I could get enough matches that were also responsive, that it's pretty easy to get on the phone with, talk to them for a little bit, and then, you know, if the conversation is going well, I could be like, hey, you want to meet for drinks? It was that easy. There was enough people that were responsive and attractive that I could easily, if I wanted to, just meet with many women per week. And that's just first date, right? And it may not go anywhere beyond that, but the thing about it is that's how the dating game works. It's through frequency, right? It's a numbers game. You want to meet a high number of women, or whatever it is that you're looking for. You want to meet a high number of probable candidates, because what you're looking for is a small percentage. Right? Not only are you looking for someone that is overall general, you know, good quality, which small percentage of a lot of people that have a lot of baggage and issues and just all kinds of stuff that you don't want to mess with. So already you've eliminated a whole bunch of people. Then you have this much smaller list. Then from that list, even though these are all quality people, doesn't mean that they're the ones for you, right? So you have someone who maybe just a great guy or whatever, you know, from a woman's perspective, but maybe a little bit awkward. Maybe as a guy, you have in that group, you have some women who, great women, honest, good qualities, but have communication issues to where there's a lot of guessing, and you have to, they're not really good at expressing themselves, and maybe that's something that you require. So you weed out those, right? So from that small list, it's an even smaller list of people that are compatible with you, right? First, there's people who are just general good quality, just in terms of good quality partners. Then there's a smaller list of the ones who are for you. And then an even smaller list of the ones that have the right chemistry to have something that actually works. So it's a simple math. If you're trying to identify people that are in a very, very small group, that means that you have to go through a lot of people to get to that, because you're looking at small numbers. So let's say potential candidate is or partner is 1 in, well, it'd be nice if it's 1 in 10. Let's say 1 in 10. So that means you got to go through 10 people to get just one potential, 20 to get 2, 30 to get 3, 40 to get 4, and so on and so forth, right? So you see how it works. So without getting a good number of good numbers, the probabilities drop, right? So with the high numbers before, I was able to get quality matches. I went on an amazing date with a former model. This was actually one of my first dates on Tinder, ironically. Actually, no, this was actually to be correct, this was actually Bumble. She was beautiful. The date went on and on and on. Like when you have a really, really long date, that means things are going good. And I think on Tinder, I was dating for a while this other woman who was she was amazing. She was beautiful. She was successful. It was, yeah, the main thing with her is emotional availability was an issue for her. But the point is, I was able to meet very attractive, high quality women. I mean, one person was a high level executive at Visa. This other person was I think an associate director at another company. So, you know, again, successful, attractive, beautiful, you know, great conversation. Obviously, again, you have to go through the numbers to find, you know, the right one for you. So just because I found someone who's attractive and all these great things doesn't mean that they're the one. But whatever was happening before, that went away. Now, in the last 3 weeks, probably a month, I don't think I've had any matches at all whatsoever. Now, I know I'm very ugly, but I'm not the ugliest guy out there. So with that being said, I shouldn't be having that much of a problem, especially, again, considering it's not a matter of my personal opinion. I've demonstrated this. I've seen the high quality women that I'm able to attract, and it's not about money or anything like that, because I actually tone that stuff down. I present myself as just a regular guy. I don't want to attract any gold diggers, shall we say. So that is not an issue. But I've seen what I've been able to attract just with my images, my profile, same profile I've always used. So I know that I am not a person who should really have much issues at all, especially considering, again, there's a lot in terms of finding a good match. There's a lot of low quality matches in terms of from the men and the women, right? So if you, one second, stand by. Stand by. We will be back. Stand by, stand by. And we're back. So, someone like me should not really be having too many issues. At a minimum, I should be having a decent selection of, let's say, average looking women. But right now, I've got nothing. And I got a premium plan. I got the gold. I got the gold, baby. A guy who says he doesn't want gold diggers, but then he signs up for the gold plan. It's kind of dumb. Anyway, yeah, I have the gold plan, which is like their top tier, whatever. So you'd think, some people think, oh, Tinder's all about the money. They're giving the people who are paying all the matches. And if you're not paying, no, that's not why you're not getting matches. I wasn't getting matches with the free plan. I got the mid-level one, and now I have the gold one, and it's a disaster. Right now, I'm looking at my matches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a total of 6 matches right now in Tinder, right? So let me go through these 6 matches. First of all, most of these matches are from, I'll tell you when. Wow, from November. So this is a match from November. This is a match from November. This is a bot, I'm pretty sure, from December. And this is a waste of time flake from December. So most of the matches I have are a minimum of a month old. I would say they're averaging 2 months old. So most of my matches are 2 months old. So for 2019, I have a total of 1 match from February who has no time to date, which is a common theme. Always busy. It's been going on a month and we haven't even spoken on the phone, so time waster. And this other match is probably a bot. She looks really good. Started chatting for a while and then just vanished. So that's a time waster. And then we have this other one, which is I'm pretty sure is a bot. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture. There she is. I don't know whether you can see that, but that's definitely a bot if you ask me. No profile, super attractive. Yeah. Anyway, so here's the deal. One of the key problems that happens with the app is they're using some kind of algo that gives people a score, which is called an ELO score, and that tries to rate people, and then it tries to match you up with similar people. So let's say they rate you a 9, they try to match you with 9s. If you're a 5, they try to match you with 5s. But as we can see, algos, as powerful and amazing as they are, sometimes they can create disasters. YouTube.com. So the algos have created a climate where basically a majority of the women are competing for the top in the men. So unless you look like a supermodel, which I don't, I'm definitely happy with my looks. I got no problems there, but I ain't supermodel level, unfortunately. And from what I've seen from my research, Tinder is all about supermodels. If you're a guy, you need to be a supermodel. But then it's a bad experience for the women as well, because so you're a woman who looks like a supermodel yourself. Yes, you get tons of matches, right? Problem is, again, you have a majority of the women from women who, let's say, I don't want to be offensive, but let's say most people would regard as unattractive. So you have from unattractive to supermodels in terms of women, all competing for the same men. So here's the problem. So even though a really attractive woman is going to have a lot of matches, she's not going to have a good time because those matches aren't going to be responding. Think about it. If you're a supermodel guy, your mailbox is flooded with all these women who've matched with you. Do you have time to give each of these women a lot of attention? Right? You're gonna basically pick and choose the cream of the crop, and everybody else you're gonna blow off or just not really have time for. So basically, a really attractive woman is gonna have what she perceives to be a lot of flakes, and it's not that they're flakes, it's just that they're overwhelmed. Because again, if you're really attractive, you're gonna be matching with the cream of the crop for the men, and those men are matching with the cream of the crop for women. So it's too much, right? It's too tight of a realm going on. And then what's the situation for everybody else? So most men, since all the you know, unattractive to super attractive women are all competing for the cream of the crop of the men, that means that if you're anything but the cream of the crop for men, then what you're competing for is the bottom like 10%. Now that doesn't mean every match is going to be bottom 10%. You're going to get, you know, every once in a while people that may be all over the spectrum. I doubt you're really going to see any like cream of the crop matches at all. If you do see some, they're probably bots, but you're going to be getting pretty much the bottom of the barrel, because again, all the women who are like average to looking really good, a majority of them, they're all being matched with and competing for the cream of the crop men. So they don't see you at all. And that's another factor that you have to understand. They're getting bombarded with all these matches. They can't possibly go through all these matches, right? And they're gonna put the best ones first, right? So they have, let's say they have a whole bunch of matches, right? So they have, this is their list of matches from here all the way down, right? Now, most of these are the elite in terms of guys that look super hot. And then the rest of the guys who are, you know, just look attractive to average, you're all the way down here. So the odds of her ever seeing you are super, super low, because she's gonna have a tough time even getting through this group of men. And again, these group of men aren't even that good of matches because they're bombarded, they don't have time. The thing needs to be balanced out more. Like, it's really, really skewed. And I think that's what happened. I think in the beginning it was maybe more balanced, and then throughout time that ended up happening. So I have some plans about how I can address these issues. The core concept is I want to create an app that will number one, one of the key areas of focus for me is going to be time. I'm super, super busy. I don't have time to waste on an app swiping and 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 swiping. And then after the 100th swipe, I might get a match who totally doesn't even look like someone, you know what I mean? Well, you swiped her. She is a bot, or not responsive, or, you know what I mean? For all of that effort, I get something that's low quality. Like, that's a waste of time. So one of the big things is I'm going to make my app very efficient. So I want to, like, in an ideal world, like, let's say this is the goal, I want almost every single woman that you see to be a woman who high probability you find attractive. I don't want you to ever even see someone who you'd be like, oh, no way, right? So whatever your personal tastes are, you like short women, tall women, bigger women, smaller women, muscular women, you know, whatever it is. I want to be able to identify what that is, and I want to make sure that you are seeing mostly women who at least look attractive to you. So you don't have to waste time. Like, why waste time showing you pictures of people that you clearly will not even have any attraction? So you have to spend time looking at this picture. Not that it takes a lot of time, but it adds up. If I send you 100 pictures of women who are totally not attractive to you, and you spend, you know, you spend a second looking at the picture, right? And then another second to swipe away, that's 100 seconds, right? So it adds up. I want it to be close to 100% of what you see, at least you're attracted to. So it's almost like the main thing you're looking for is not attractive women, but you're looking for attractive women who are attracted to you. On Tinder right now, you have to spend time looking for attractive women. Right, that's the first thing that you spend time, because you get a bunch of women that you're not attracted to. You got to keep going through. Okay, I like this one. No, 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 no. This one. No, 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 no. This one. Instead of that, I want it to be yes, 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 yes. And then this selection process is more which of those actually like you as well. So it's yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no, in terms of your swiping activity. But then after that, it's a matter of match, no match, no match, no match, match, no match, no match, no match, match, no match, no match, no match, match. Like, because again, when you swipe someone, that's not a match. They have to also swipe you as well. So that's one of the things. I want you to see mainly people that you'll be attracted to. And I want to combine artificial intelligence or machine learning with human intelligence, right? Because I've seen the damage that these programs can do because they have no sense. It's software, it's binary. It doesn't understand certain nuances. At least it's not there yet. Maybe in the future, machine learning will be there, but from what I've seen, it's not there yet. I've seen what YouTube has done. It's a disaster. I've seen what Tinder's doing. It's a disaster. So what I want to do is I want to bridge the gap by basically having human intelligence combined with artificial intelligence, and together this hybrid model will give a better experience. So I'm not going to get into too many details about that, but essentially I don't want to just have a computer deciding what's good and what's not good. I want to have the actual users and humans be involved as well. And there's several other ideas I have, but ultimately the end goal would be that the common things that I hear a lot of women complaining about, it would be very rare that they run into it. The types of guys that they're not attracted to physically or otherwise based on behavior, high probability they'll never be matched with. So even if you're a supermodel guy, let's put it this way. On my app, a supermodel guy might not have a lot of matches because your success on this app is going to be a combination of your attractiveness and also your quality. So how quality of a match you are in terms of overall, and also your physical, right? So I don't care how attractive you are as a woman or a man. If you're a low quality overall, you're not gonna have a very good time, as it should be, right? If you're not a quality match in terms of how you are as a person, why should I be sending you high quality people to match with so you can waste their time, right? If you're a low quality potential partner, then you should have a low quality potential experience. What I want to do is I want to identify the cream of the crop, and the cream of the crop is not just your physical, it's your everything. I want to identify the true cream of the crop that matters and match them up with the cream of the crop that matters in terms of whatever gender they are looking for, right? And then we go down the line from there. So we have the best of the best match with each other. And then because of the way it is, it's not going to be, either side will not be overwhelmed because of the system that I'm going to implement. So they're going to be not just quality matches, but a quality experience, because this guy looks great and is a good quality guy. This woman looks great and is a quality woman, but neither of them are overwhelmed with matches. So they have time to actually respond and engage and potentially go somewhere. And then as you go down the line, people that score lower, they all have a decent amount. So everyone has a decent amount of options available to them. So you go down the tiers in terms of your quality, from physical to who you are, and every group has a much more balanced approach. So everyone, even let's say you're overweight or whatever it is, you know, there's people who, you know, in terms of whatever gender you're looking for, who they're also overweight. They're similar in every way in terms of how they look and, you know, their personality, you know. And I'm not saying you're going to be limited to just, you know, because there are guys who like larger women, right? So you don't want to just have, you know, overweight with overweight, but generally speaking, you want to keep people on an appropriate level. Now, that's not to say just because, you know, you've been rated at a certain level that you can't get outside of that. That's certainly a possibility, but we want to focus on matching people up in a more balanced way. But anyway, so that being said, I am now trying to figure out the process of building an app. I've never built an app before, and so I'm doing a little bit of research. And additionally, strategy wise, since I've never built an app, I don't want to just come out and try to put something together without knowing, you know, it's like, who are you to come out of nowhere and just like build an app and think it's going to be successful, right? So I want to know as much about what I'm getting into as possible before I, you know, move forward with it and invest too much money and time into it. So what I thought about doing is, instead of spending a ton of money building this app, and the initial figure that I saw was about $5,000 initially. I'm still doing research on it, but I was thinking build an app perhaps by myself to get my feet wet, to understand the full dynamics of what it takes to build an app. So I want to build something that's super simple, just to say that I've go through the process of actually building an app, completing it, and putting it on the market. Don't really care how successful or not successful it is. Obviously, I'll try to make it successful, you know, if I can, but ideally it's really like a practice run type of thing. So I will first attempt to try to build my own app, something super simple, and then use that experience and knowledge to apply it to building the real app. So what I thought about doing, again, something that I would be a customer for, is building an EQ app. EQ apps are an amazing part of my music experience. I don't know if you guys are aware, if you don't use EQ apps, if you're like a bass head like me, you like really low notes, you can have awesome headphones, but not really hear the full potential without an EQ app. I have some of the best bass headphones, Bluetooth headphones, the little earbuds you see me wear. The bass response is amazing. I mean, for someone who used to build car stereos and know what like real like low bass, where, you know, your mirror is shaking and you can feel it, those headphones, wow, that's as close as I've ever seen to experiencing, you know, the sound of an actual, you know, 10-inch subwoofer with lots of wattage going into it, you know, in a car scenario, from headphones. But to really get that, you need an EQ to boost the low frequencies. Even these headphones, which are not as good with bass as my earbuds are, sound amazing as far as bass response with an EQ. So the thing is, I've been using an EQ app that, what do you call it? It's Music Hero Equalizer, and I guess the developer kind of abandoned it because it crashes on a regular basis. The app hasn't been updated in like forever, so it's a pain in the butt. Like even right now, I think it's crashed. Let me show you. So what happens is I'll be listening to my music and the bass response will be significantly deteriorated because, again, the app is what gives me the really powerful low bass. So I'll be listening to my music and I don't hear the real powerful low bass notes anymore. So I'll know that the app, I don't know why the music has stopped. Let's go. Okay. So this actually looks like it's not working right now because I don't see the EQ. I just see a slider. So the bass response will all of a sudden randomly go away. And the reason for that is because the app has crashed. And it's bizarre because the app is, I mean, it's here's the app, but it's not actually the EQ. I guess it's the EQ part of it. Maybe the EQ logic somehow, there's a bug there because the app is running, but the part of it that does the equalization is not working. So what I end up doing is I have to go and kill the app. I'm pretty sure it crashed because say I just killed it. I don't hear any difference. So I'm gonna restart it again. I got the ad. Okay, and I got an ad again. See, now I got the bass. So now you see the EQ pops up, and then the bass is much louder now, and it's set up with the profile that I want. So here's the thing. This is something I use religiously. Whenever I'm listening to my music, I want my EQ on to get that bass, to get the frequency response that I want. But it's annoying every time it keeps crashing and I have to keep killing it and restart. That's super annoying, right? So I was thinking, I don't know. I've never built an app, mobile app before, so I don't know, you know, what's behind it. But to me, just from my programming experience, it seems to me like an EQ app would be an easy one to do. I mean, what is it? I mean, what are we doing here? We're just, so you got a GUI, duh. Every mobile app has a GUI. And I would assume part of the Android operating system has some kind of, I don't even know what the language is, some kind of component that allows you to adjust the signal frequency response of the sound. So somehow so there's some kind of sound processing element within the Android operating system. I'm just making assumptions here logically, right? So this app must, similar to like using an API, it must talk to that system that handles the sound on Android, and specifically it's pointing to or referencing the equalization functionality. So that's the next thing. Is equalization something that's built in to Android that they're just tapping into from an API standpoint, or is this app actually doing the equalization itself? So in other words, is this app telling the Android sound system that for frequencies in the 60 hertz range, I want to set the gain to this value? Or is this app taking the output of the Android sound system, so whatever sound or signal that it's producing, is it taking that output and then doing all the equalization internally and then feeding that into your headphones? So sort of jumping in between the headphone out, or the Bluetooth out in this case. So jumping in between the let's just say headphone out and the, let's see, headphone out, and wherever the equalization is happening. So basically you're taking the raw sound that's being sent to the headphones, you're jumping in between there, taking that sound in, processing it, right? And then connecting to the output, which goes to the headphones. Now that could be the way it's being done, or it could not necessarily be in that line at all, because all it's doing is talking to the sound processing system and telling it what to do, because Android already has a built-in EQ. So obviously I need to do some research about equalization on Android, but I'm hoping that Android has this built-in equalization, because that seems like it could be super easy to do, right? If all I'm doing is I'm saying, like, you pick your target frequency, you pick your target, well, I mean, it's user selectable, right? So you allow the user access to particular frequency points that the Android equalization system has, and then you allow it to have the logic of whatever value the user requests, set that for each component. So so the first slider is the 60 hertz slider. So if you slide it up to a value of 5, the logic is simply send that value of 5 to the equalization system. So the equalization system gets a value of 5. That's the value you want for that particular parameter. I'm hoping that's what it is. That should be super easy, because otherwise I would need to build something that actually is capable of doing equalization, however it actually works. I'm not even sure how it works. That would definitely be more complicated. So I'm hoping it's not that. But anyway, either way, that's what I want to do. Build an EQ mobile app. Try to anyway. So let me show you what I got going here. Controls and left. Okay, so here's an app. Here's an article that I was reading about, which is a guy sharing his experience building his first app, and we're gonna go through that. I'm also on Code Mentor, which is a site that you can get people to help you with your apps. I'll talk about that as well. And before I actually spent some money, because it's not free, I went online and did some research on Quora, asking, looking and seeing what people are saying about it in terms of, is it a good service or not. Then there's how to make a successful app, 10 fundamentals for maximizing your investment. Then I was looking at a app development course, because if I'm going to build my own app, well, probably look at taking a course to actually learn how to do it. And then there's this guy, and then this is talking about potential revenue. I wanted to get some sort of benchmarks, what's a average revenue that people earn from apps. Forbes has an article as well. So we'll be going through all of that in a moment. I will be right back. Subscribe, then click the bell. Click the bell because you don't want to miss out on more awesome content that I'll be posting soon
right here on this channel. Welcome aboard. Buongiorno. Salut. Vigits. Bienvenidos. Hasta luego, todos. I'm so excited that you've decided to join the team so we can learn together, grow together, and achieve our dreams. Let's do it. See you soon. Grazie. Learning, learning, learning. We gonna do some learning. Gonna learn.
Subscribe, I'm telling you.
And we are back. Just one moment, please. Un momento, por favor. I suppose it's time to start pushing forward with the sponsorships that I'm going to be doing this year of other channels as part of my marketing strategy, and also to get the mailing list going so people can actually get notified, because we are shadow banned. I have been on this live stream for, how long have I been streaming right now? I've been on this live stream for, one moment please. Well, I guess it says it down here. 58 minutes, and in 58 minutes, only 3 people have been notified. Well, actually 2, because one of them is me monitoring the live stream. And only 2 people have been notified about my live stream out of, what is it, 6,000 subscribers I have here? Yeah, so that's ridiculous. So I gotta start working on the mailing list so people can actually get notified when I live stream. I gotta start sponsoring other YouTubers who are full-time, because I'm not full-time. I will probably never be full-time, and I only say probably because as far as retirement, who knows what I might do for retirement. But as long as I am actively working, the idea of working on YouTube for pennies, hoping that I don't wake up one morning and my channel is deleted, or all of a sudden YouTube decides to shadow ban me, or whatever nonsense, like that does not work for me at all. Now, one moment please. Oh, okay. Old age. I forgot what I was trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I want to take a snippet out of this, because we're about to go into the whole me building my first app. I'm doing the research. I want to take that out of the entire stream as a separate video. So building my first app, part 1. Okay. Get player time. And we are ready to roll. We're ready to rock and roll. As you join the live stream, make sure to click on the like button. Definitely appreciate that. Click on that like button for sure. So, as I said, I want to build my first app. It's going to be a dating app. I'm going to compete with Tinder. I'm my best customer because I am frustrated with Tinder. I'm a premium customer. I'm paying money for their gold plan or whatever. I've had probably 1 match in the last month. 5 years ago, I'd have tons of matches. I matched with a model, several like really attractive women. I've been very happy with the kinds of women that I was able to match with in the past, but now it's like nothing. And there's tons of people that are having the same issues. There's people on forums all over complaining about this. So there's definitely a need, and I'm definitely a customer, which makes me an ideal person to build an app like this, because I understand the problems. I understand why what's out there doesn't work. But before I jump in and spend that kind of money to go build some dating app to compete with a corporation that has all this money, I am going to get my feet wet by building a very basic app. And what I decided to do was to build an EQ app, because again, I'm a customer for that. I have an EQ app that I use on my phone, which crashes all the time, and it's super annoying. It's called Music Equalizer. These app developers need to work on their branding. I'm looking at the app right now and I'm not even sure what the name is. It says on the top in cursive, which is already not a good font. It says Music Equalizer, which is so generic. I don't think that's the actual name of the... So it's called Music Hero Equalizer. So that's the name that you see in the icon when you look on your apps, like in your home screen. That's the name. It says Music Hero Equalizer. But when you click on the actual app, it just says Music Equalizer on top. So, but anyway, that's what I use. The developer pretty much abandoned it. He hasn't updated it in a long time. So hence it's probably got some bugs with the latest version of Android. So I need an EQ app that works and doesn't keep crashing. Now there might be ones out there, but I figured this is a great idea of something to start with to get my feet wet, because I'm hoping that the way it's set up is there's an API set up where I'm just telling the Android sound processing system what to do, as opposed to I have to build an app that actually has the algorithms or whatever it takes to actually do equalization. So that's my hope. Who knows? Maybe those algorithms, you know, there's libraries out there, and you know, it's not really as much work as I think. But I think an ideal thing is the API approach, where the logic's already there, and I'm just a matter of I'm plugging in the user input into the system and saying, you know, do this, do that, whatever. So that's the plan. The first app I want to do, I'll do that myself. The dating app, I'll hire someone to do. But right now I got to do my research. So let's share my screen. So I'm on codementor.io. And if you guys are looking to build your own apps, or you need help with projects, this is something that I found today. You can go on there. And you can see the rates right there. So it's 15. My request has already been posted. It's interesting. I didn't actually put any credit card information in. So that's why my email has been blowing up. My email has been blowing up. So I went online and I just basically posted, I need help with building a dating app. And I wanted to use machine learning as well. And within 5 minutes, I kept hearing this like ding, ding, ding. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, why am I getting all these emails? And when I went over to my mailbox, I discovered that all that dinging was emails from Code Mentor. So a bunch of developers, I guess, are reaching out to me. I'm gonna show you them in a second. So let's see. Let me type in Code Mentor. And everyone who's watching this live stream, give a thumbs up to YouTube for not sending notifications so that other people can benefit from this. Maybe there's other people who are subscribers who would like to build their first app or could benefit from this knowledge otherwise, but YouTube has decided to not even notify anyone. So thumbs up. Let's give a congratulations to YouTube for job well done at suppressing information, for circumventing my attempts to help other people. So where did my, one second, where did my, okay, so there's my search results. Let's see if I can bring this over. Let's take this out as a separate tab. And let's make sure there's nothing here that you guys should not be seeing. You know what? Let's do this. I want to show you my mailbox right now. This is, you guys will get a kick out of this. This is pretty insane. This is within 5 minutes of me posting a simple question on Code Mentor. I didn't pay anything, by the way. I have to pay something at some point, but I have not done so. Let's see. How do I? This says right screen. Let's say display capture. Let's do right crop. Okay, that's not the right screen. That is not what we want. Okay, so there we go. And now there is the mailbox. Let's put the mailbox up in the corner. And let's crop it out. Crop it out, crop it out, crop it out now. Crop it up, crop it out, crop it out now. Crop it out, crop it out, crop it out now. Crop. Crop it. Crop out your mailbox. Crop. Crop it. Crop out your mailbox. All All right, so I got the mailbox. So take a look at this. Take a gander at this. There we go. Look at this. So I just posted a simple request on their website, form, I don't know, whatever you call it. And this is what's been happening. So it's interesting. I guess I've been on their website before because, as you can see, there's emails from like January and from last year. But from today, so these are all the emails. So there is from 9:57 a.m. to 10:57 a.m. all these requests. So these are the developers that are reaching out to me. 1 second. One moment in time, I'm going to open these messages. I want to show you what the emails look like so you can benefit from them. I know I can't sing. You don't have to tell me that. 1 second, I'm gonna show it to you. You will be amazed. 1 second. There we go. Boom! There it is. You've received a new message on Code Mentor. Mayor Cool Carney says, "Hi, Fix Protocol. I'm a senior developer at Microsoft." Microsoft! Wow! I got a Microsoft developer reaching out to me. Amazing. Anyway, and an expert. He's an expert, y'all, in Python. I'm also featured mentor. Feel free to visit my profile and let me know when we can discuss your task. All right. And I can go ahead and click on reply and reply to this guy and see what's up with the pie in the sky. That makes no sense, but it rhymes, so sue me. All right, guys. So let's get back to the left screen and let's take a look at some of the information that I have found and try to educate ourselves on developing an app. All right, so 1 second. All righty. One moment. I appreciate your patience. All right, so we'll leave the Code Mentor IO for now. So before I was about to pay, and then I said, let me look this place up. Always do your research. Let me see what other people are saying about Code Mentor. I've been getting, people have different opinions, of course, but the feedback seems to be in general positive. One person made a very valid point that it's just a medium for you to get in contact with developers. So, as far as the quality of the developers, that's a separate process. Like if I build a website that for a company to get resumes from candidates, if my product is all about just getting you resumes, you interview people and you don't like them, that's a separate issue. My platform is just to get you the resumes. It's up to you to identify which resumes are from people that are good candidates. So, this looks to be just a platform to get you in touch with developers. I don't know what kind of mechanisms they might be or might not be in place to sort of weed out, developers that are less than ideal. I do not know. But ultimately, the positive seems to be mostly positive, but just a little advisory note to do your homework in terms of weeding out developers, in terms of which is the one that is the right one for you. So I see a response here that someone wrote talking about Code Mentor, and they are saying, and you guys that are just joining the live stream, click on the like button. Let's give a middle finger to YouTube for not giving out notifications. Code Mentor is not cheap, but it's sure not a bad idea, especially as you're planning your app. I think that my co-founder might be able to help you out too. He did some things on Code Mentor and likes teaching. Let me know if you want to talk to him. I've learned a good deal from him, so a little bit of promotion there. So that kind of, you know, credibility, a little questionable there, a conflict of interest. But nonetheless, benefits of Code Mentor. Voice of experience, voice of reason. Sometimes they'll be able to do in 15 minutes what might take you a week on a project. It's always good to have a buddy. My buddy. Negative aspects, really just the price. Also, in person might be more effective. So if those are the negatives, then I'm not too worried about that. So anyway, you guys can do your own research, but from what I've seen, I'm getting mostly positive feedback. So I'm gonna post these links in the chat for you guys who are listening quietly and not even saying hi. How you doing? I love your channel. I hate your channel. Your voice is annoying. Why are you building an app? There are the links. So I saw this article, how to make a successful app. Fundamentals for maximizing your investment. If you're going to build an app, don't just look at how to do it, look at also how to succeed. And I know one of the things that I think a lot of developers are falling short on is, it's one thing to build a nice app, but you got to have a business sense as well. You're trying to build a business. Am I even sharing the right screen? I am. Okay. So you got to think about things like, I love how also almost every stream that I do this year it's never green. It's always like orange, or which indicates that the stream is not ideal for some reason. It's just, I swear, YouTube so much needs competition, but they'll probably never get competition because Google, right? Traffic. Google is such a massive website and source of traffic. Unless you're going to compete with Google as well, I don't know how you're going to compete with YouTube, because you could build the best video sharing platform out there, but without the traffic, you know, Google is kind of monopolizing on traffic online. So that's a little bit problematic. But anyway, so here is a little article talking about the success of how to be successful building an app. But I think what I was saying before is marketing is a key thing. You can build a great app, but you got to understand business sense. You got to understand about, you know, profits and how to get profit, how to get your product out there, how to identify, you know, a gap in the market in terms of there's a need that needs to be fulfilled. You know, there's an adequate need for your product. You don't just get up there and like, oh, I'm going to build this app, or I'm going to build that app. Why are you building an app? Like, who's gonna buy this app? Why would they buy the app? Like, what is the market for the type of app that you're building? These are the kind of questions you need to ask. And if you're just a developer, you don't have a business sense, then you'll end up building an app, which might be a great app, but nobody needs it. Nobody wants it, or not enough people want or need it. And it'll just sit on the app store. It won't sell. You won't make any money, and you'll be disappointed, right? It's not just about building the app. It's also about selling the app and also essentially running a business, right? So, with that being said, we've got to look outside of the technology and also understand the business side of things. So this article says, understand your mobile value proposition, which I kind of already mentioned. So it says your mobile value proposition, a unique selling proposition for your app. So like I said, why would someone buy your app? Why is there a need for your app? Why would there be a demand? Why is there a demand, or why would there be a demand? If you can create a demand, that'd be awesome. But there has to be a demand. If there's no demand, who's going to buy your app? Nobody, right? Then what's the point? Just as a tutorial? Perhaps. So, moving on to the next item, it says, nail down 3 critical actions you want users to accomplish. And I guess we can just on the fly do that right now. Why not? Let me come up with. Let me see if I can. I need something to write on that will be. Oh, look, stream just went green for 2 seconds. Now it's orange again. Wonderful. Let me open up Google Docs and we can start doing something right now. Why wait for tomorrow to do something you can do right now? Stop procrastinating. You have ideas, you have dreams, you want to do things. Well, do it. Do it. Stop talking about it. Do it. Get it done. Right? Don't talk about it. Be about it. So, with that being said, I'm going to start doing a little rundown. So it says nail down 3 critical actions you want users to accomplish. Determine what you want users to do, and then build a plan to lead them through those high priority actions. For example, depending on your goals, you may want to prioritize leading them through registering, providing preferences, opting in to push notifications, upgrade, make a purchase, or read your content. So let me make sure I put this in the link as well. This is good information for you guys to have if you want to build your first app. Share the knowledge. There you go. Just posted the app in the link in the chat. Once again, click on that like button. You guys that are just joining in, click on the like button. Show some love. Spending my Sunday. I could be in the shadows, you know, working on this by myself, and then, you know, you guys will just see, you know, me flying around the world and living this wonderful life, and not getting to benefit from the knowledge of how I actually did it. I'm sharing this with you, and I may not succeed. Success is not a guarantee. I may fail. But even if I fail, you can perhaps learn from my failure in terms of what mistakes I might have made, so you don't make them yourself, right? So either way, there is benefit for you, and as such, click on that like button. All right, so let's get it going. So let's see. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's do this for the EQ app. Right, the EQ app is our test case. We're gonna use that as sort of a template, fundamentally. So let me call this what do we call it? EQ, C plus CQ. I'll call it CQ. How about that? Rhymes with EQ. It's nice and short. C from Computer Programming University. Q from EQ. Call it CQ app. There you go. Nice and clean. CQ app dash EQ mobile app. All right. So let me bring that over here. Okay, so three critical actions that I want the users to accomplish. All right, so the CQ app. All righty, so what do we want the users to accomplish? All right. So it says okay, so just making my assessment in terms of what they want me to do for this. So my interpretation of what they're trying to say, rather. So let's center that and let's build it out. And let's make it larger. There we go. And let's do a numbered list Where is the numbered list? There we go. So, be able to adjust the sound of their the user's music. Push get users to opt in for updates, future apps, and upsells. Get users. I may not be doing this right according to what they actually meant, but this is my interpretation. This is what I can think of. So get users to sign up for paid version. So I'm not sure what I'm going to offer to make them sign up for the paid version, but we definitely want to opt them in so I can get contact information. That is gold. And then adjust the sound. That's the key thing of an equalizer, of course. And then push the paid version. 3 critical actions. So adjust the sound, get user to opt in for updates, be able to sign up for paid version. I was thinking about getting them to share the app because promotion is big. All right, let's leave that for now. Leave it for now. Leave it to Beaver. All right, so there it is. We nailed down our 3 critical actions for users. Now it says think about use cases, and targeting ahead of time. What use case will provide value to your users and contribute to fulfilling your mobile value proposition? Make sure to have deep links set up from day one to ensure a great user experience. Think about use case targeting. So, all right, so let's get back to our document. Again, I'm doing my best at interpreting what they mean by what they're saying here. I may be misinterpreting some of it, but whatever. Best use. Or whatever. So let us say, adjust sound in streaming, what's it, internet radio apps, streaming music apps, I guess, in streaming music apps. something that comes to my mind right now. Think about use case. You listen to music like I'm doing right now, and I want to adjust the sound for it. That's it. I mean, it's an EQ app. There's not really much to it, right? Identify common content needs. Think about the kinds of messages or interactions you want to have with most of your users. For example, onboarding and welcome messages, things like that. I don't think that's necessarily relevant to an EQ app. There's not really much to be, like, it's not an engagement-rich type of thing. Plan ahead for getting the opt-in. Build as many messaging channels as you can. Not everyone will opt into your, so we kind of talked about that. So we want to have the ability to message the users from within the app, or have them join like a mailing list. Put a deep linking strategy. So the deep linking strategy, what we're talking about is the ability to link them directly to a particular page within your app. Page may not be the right terminology, but let's say, and this doesn't really apply to an EQ app. It's not really going to be sending you notifications. I can't see why there would be a reason to, but definitely for the dating app. So you have a new match, for example. When you click on the new, so you're on your phone reading email, you get a notification, you've got a new match. When you click on that link, does it take you just to the app? Or does it take you to the source of the notification? So for example, if you have a new match, deep linking would allow you to click on that notification and be taken to the new match, right? So you see the notification, you click on it, and then there's your new match. You're like, oh, cool. Or if you don't do good deep linking, then you see the notification, you click on it, and then you're in the app. And then you see in the upper right hand corner that there's a message in your mailbox indicating a new match. Then you click on that, and then you see a list of your notifications, and then you see the recent one. Then you click on that one, and then you see, oh, I got a new match. See how many more steps? So deep linking, you want to set it up to where when you notify someone, it takes you right there. Something that YouTube failed at with the comments. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But in some scenarios, you can get a notification that somebody replied to your comment. Click on the link, and it just takes you to the video, essentially. So then you're scrolling through and you're looking at all these comments, trying to guess which comment you replied to. Then you find that, and you're scrolling through all the comments on that one and trying to get down to your comment, and then trying to scroll down below that to see who replied to. It's ridiculous, right? So YouTube failed on that. We want to not do the same. We want to build something better than YouTube. Anyway, let's get back to the article. Define tags to deliver personalized, relevant messages. What does this mean? This is a big one. Sending messages that are personalized, relevant, and useful, particularly automated real-time messaging. So a lot of this stuff doesn't seem to apply to the EQ app, I don't think, because it's too simplistic. So I don't really see a lot of this stuff being relevant. Let me adjust this so it's bigger, but yet fits on the screen. Maybe not so much. Close, but no cigar. I guess this is as big as it's gonna get, and still fit on the screen. There we go. Oh no, Opera. Oh. There we go. Oh, now we're back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. Back to reality. Messaging challenge again. Blah, blah, blah. Put a deep linking strategy in place. Number 7. Number 8. Define tags. Yeah, I don't know about that with an EQ app. Vertical. Retail, media, travel. Sample tags of interest to this vertical. Visited product category. Used. Oh, are they talking about advertising? Targeting the right user at the right time with personalized messages they'll care about. Requires you to be. What are they talking about? Are they talking about promoting other products with this product, or promoting the product itself. Personalized messages. I'm not sure what they're saying here. Media. Browse a particular section. Subscriber or non-subscriber. Watches the video. Shared something in the app. Used app feature. So this looks like it's targeting your customers for, I guess, like upsells or something. So based on their activity within your app, you can focus on certain users for other things. So maybe you have a lot of stuff that you can buy in the app, and you have users that are spending a lot of money buying stuff. So these are the ones maybe you want to target for your most expensive products, because these are the people who have money and they're willing to spend. Or maybe based on certain types of user activity, there's a certain product that may be relevant to them. Then you can target it to them that way. So maybe by tags, I mean you need to store this data somewhere so you can be able to make these assessments, right? So I would need to, first of all, record this activity and I guess tag the activity somewhere in a database somewhere so you can run reports or some kind of analysis on that data. And like say, show me all the users who are doing X, Y, and Z, because users doing X, Y, and Z would be prime candidates for this, right? So I think that's what they're talking about. Anyway, let's continue. Number 9, decide custom events to make data-driven decisions. Let you track user activities and key conversations by pairing custom event with a tag. You track a user registration event by adding I'm not sure what they're talking about there. Create a unique identifier. Save the most important item on the list for last. Doing one simple thing to save you hours of work. Rework. Ready. Quite simple. Set up a unique identifier for each of your app users. At Urban Airship, we use named user to map mobile devices to a customer chosen identifier. Once you have named user deployed, you can sync up your mobile data with data you have. I don't know what they're talking about, guys. Some of this stuff, I'm just like, I don't know what is going on. So anyway, I found this course, which is about app development. So let's take a look at the preview parts of this course and see what this guy has to say about creating an app. There's an app for that. There's an app for that.
Hi, welcome to the complete Android N developer course. My name's Rob, and I'm the creator of the world's most popular coding courses, with over 400,000 students and 20,000 5-star reviews on Udemy alone. My latest Android course is better than ever, with over 30 hours of clear, compelling content, taking you from no coding experience whatsoever to building professional quality apps.
What is going on? My goodness.
Android is the
I just hate like when you're doing a live stream and then you have like technical issues. That's what makes it even more frustrating when you have YouTube shadow banning you. The amount of time and effort it takes and what you have to go through, and then for nothing. 2 people get notified of your videos. I make $10 a month. Wow.
Hi, welcome to the complete Android N developer course. My name's Rob, and I'm the creator.
I was just playing these videos, no problem. Now it's like it's playing back super slow. It's freezing up. I got tons of memory. What is the problem? What is the problem? Inbox. Close that out. Who's taking up most of the memory? Let's see. OBS, Opera, Photoshop. Why is Photoshop still open? Close you out. It's not a memory issue. I may need to restart my my router or something. Adobe. What else can we close? I got these messages. I got the live board. I got this thing open. That's open. None of this stuff should really matter. Let's try this again. Preview.
Hi, welcome to the complete Android N developer course. My name's Rob, and I'm the creator of the world's most popular coding courses. With over 400,000 students and 20,000 5-star reviews on Udemy alone. My latest Android course is better than ever, with over 30 hours of clear, compelling content, taking you from no coding experience whatsoever.
This is super, super frustrating. What is going on? It's like, it's not even playing back at the proper frame rate.
With the complete Android N developer course, you get a lot.
And what is this like? It plays for a second, stops. Plays for a second, stops.
Android N available. You get $50 free credit to spend on AWS to host your cloud storage based apps. You get a year's free web hosting on the Eco Web Hosting Advanced package. During the course, you'll probably have a few problems with your code. It won't work as you expect it to. You'll get bugs, and you'll probably be pretty frustrated. So I'd like to take a couple of minutes right now to show you how best to deal with those situations when they arise and how to get answers.
What is going on? Speed test. I am not frustrated at all. 199, 92, 91, 86.9 download speed. Upload speed 13.1 megabits per second. Your internet speed is very fast. My internet speed is very fast, but yet this thing is playing like this. So is it Udemy that sucks? Is it the browser? What is the problem? Who is the source of my frustration? Let's see. Let me play a video on YouTube.
It's really smooth power delivery. And
It's doing the same thing on YouTube. So there's nothing to do with Udemy. See something. I think there's definitely a pattern here. I need to do some serious like troubleshooting on my system. I think something is funky. I might have some malware or something going on because I'm getting good speed test results. I'll test it again. And YouTube videos are stopping. The stream is yellow. Udemy is stopping. Oh, wait a minute. I just did a test and got 38.2. It dropped from 90 to 38. That's what I was thinking. It's a matter of consistency. Wow. 12 megabytes per second upload, 38 download. Even though it's still saying your internet speed is very fast. So, I'm not going to be able to play videos during this live stream. Something is definitely funky here. So I guess I'll continue in the same vein that I've been going before, which is just going through some of these articles. I wanted to show you some of the I'm thinking about taking this guy's course, which is going to teach about app development. I wanted to show at least a preview to some of the stuff he was talking about. But if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to move on. All right, so here we are. Let me get this lined up in the screen. All right. What I learned from building my first app. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. It's harder to finish an app than it is to start. Surprise, surprise. If you're a developer or creative of any type for that matter, you probably have a graveyard of half-finished projects on your computer. I wonder if they're talking about me. Misery loves company, so good to know I'm not the only one with a bunch of half-finished projects. But with every project that I start, I learn something new, so there is constant growth. I would like to complete more of the projects, but the priority is to learn and grow, and that's happening, so I'm all good with it. Anyway, let us continue. So a bunch of half-finished projects on your computer that you said you would come back to. Yeah, right. For me, it's pretty common to have an idea for a new and exciting game that I want to start on right away. The problem is that this excitement often fades away, and after a few weeks, I get tired of looking at the same project every day. In the past, I would reach this point of the project, have an idea for a new, better app, and abandon the old one saying, oh, I'll just come back to it later. As I alluded to earlier, this usually doesn't happen. While it might make sense to stop work on an app when you could be working on a better one, you should remember that none of these apps will achieve much of anything until they are finished and released. Most of the time, it is better to just work through to the end of each project, release it, and then go to the next one. All right. It's harder to finish an app than it is to start. It won't promote itself. I mentioned that before. A lot of app developers think they can just create an app and this is a great app. People are gonna enjoy it. And the same thing on YouTube. Right now, you know, and I understand it. I just need time to formulate my marketing strategy. But I realize no longer can I just create good videos and expect people to find it, because people won't find your videos. Even my own subscribers won't find my videos because of how YouTube is today. So, you know, it's not just creating good content, it's also marketing and promotions. Same thing with an app. You can't develop an app and then don't have a promotion strategy that's effective. When you really get down to the core of it, the app business basically consists of two key elements: building the app and getting people to use it. For me and many more developers, the first of these two elements is much easier. All you need is a good idea, a computer, and know how to build the app. The difficulty of the second element is the reason why there are so many apps sitting at a grand total of 18 downloads 2 months after launch. I realized this pretty quickly after launching my first app and also recognized two possible solutions. The first solution I saw was to spend a bunch of money on ads to get the ball rolling, then continue it from there. The second being a free, highly effective, but more time-consuming option: social media. I don't have a lot of money at the moment, so I decided to go with social media and maybe some ads to supplement it when I get the money. The cool thing about social media is that you can build a following. It also opens up some other monetization options besides just promoting your apps. Just in case you were wondering, and I know you were, you can find links to my social media in the footer of this page. All right. So let's go ahead and add that to our little document. I'm going to actually build a page today. Don't put up for today, for tomorrow, what you can do today. So, running another speed test. 133. So the speed is up. All right. Look at that. 131. So the speed is all over the place. Wow. Anyway, steps. In no particular order. I hate Facebook, but this is business. Facebook is where people are at. This is where you need to be, so I will build a Facebook page. Build a Facebook page to target frustrated online daters. All right. Let us continue. Play to your strengths. I figured out early in my career as a developer what I was good at and what I wasn't good at. When I come to app development, it turns out I'm a really talented programmer while my art skills are lacking a bit. While I do believe wholeheartedly in tripling down on your strengths, shout out to Gary V, and outsourcing your weaknesses, I'm not really in a position financially to be hiring a designer, so I have decided to make do in the meantime. Luckily for me, games with simple, minimal graphics are in right now. One thing I'm thinking of doing for one of my next games is trading some hours of programming work for some hours of work from a designer. I think that this sort of bartering strategy can be a great way to improve your app quality without spending extra money. All right. So, we need to look at budget considerations. Higher app GUI. This is more for the dating app than it is for the EQ app, but I'm just putting it here for reference purposes. GUI developer. Spelled that wrong. No, I got it. An app GUI developer. Hire graphics designer for Facebook and promotional materials. Hire editor for promo videos. Okay. We're just racking up the money. Money. Gotta spend money to make money, my friends. And by my friends, I mean that one person who's listening right now in silence. 1 second. Un secondo. Okay. Moving on. Relax. Relax, bro. While I think it's important to make sure your game is as good as possible before release, it will never be perfect. One thing that I noticed after releasing my first app was that I was very anxious about people having issues with it. I think that this is normal when you release your first app, but I have now been making a conscious effort to avoid it. Obviously, if any issues are brought to my attention, I will fix them in the future update to the app. But there is nothing good to come from worrying all the time. Instead, you should be focusing on things that are in your control, such as the amount of time and effort you put into promotion of the app. While I learned a lot from making and releasing my first app, I think that these are the most important. By the way, my first app is called Doomed Climber, and you can read more about it in the app section of the site here. And he forgets to put a link to it, apparently. So let's just see out of curiosity. Is that what his app is called? His app is called the Doomed Climber. So let's take a look and see if we can find an app called the Doomed Climber in the Play Store. Assuming it's Android. Doomed Climber. It's kind of a negative name. Aha! There it is. 5 stars. The Doomed Climber by Black Peak Apps. 5 stars. 15 reviews. 100 downloads. So, not exactly a success story, but this is his first app. So let's see if we can find out how he did in future apps. So all of his ratings are 5 stars. So this is pretty much probably his friends at this point. And 100 downloads and only have 15 reviews. I don't know if that's like normal or not. Well, at least it's good that we don't have a bunch of negatives. People aren't saying it sucks, but they're not seeming to be very happy about it. Nice game as your first game. Keep going well. See, you can tell it's somebody that knows him. It says nice game as your first game, right? So only person who would know that is somebody who knows the person, either from reading this article or something like that. Great game. I got to the 150 feet. Nice game. Great game. So let's take a look at his account to see what other apps. So he only has one other app. Same thing. That's interesting. Oh, well, 100 plus downloads. So we don't know how many downloads exactly, but that one didn't do very well either. 4.6 stars. So one potential issue is, and you know, it's not that the information is not valid, but you want to be careful of who you're getting information from. So this is a person who has not been successful apparently at building a successful app. And by successful, we mean not only in terms of functionality, but in terms of sales and business. But the point of the app is not just to build it for fun. He wants it to sell. His apps are not selling. So ideally, you want to focus more on information from people who have built successful apps. Swiping down needs to be improved. Fun game when you want ton. So let's see who didn't like it. There's one person who didn't like it. And I can't see their review for some reason. Let's see, 1 star. No reviews. So somebody rated it 1 star, but they didn't write a review. And then everybody else who wrote a review gave it 5 stars. So these are like probably the same people. Let me see if I can recognize some of these names from the first reviews. So John, Alistar, Hisa, Parsa. Let's go to the other reviews. So I do not recognize any of these names. So at least it appears to be different people. Let's see, reviews. Yeah, it looks like it's different people, but I'm sure these are people that know him. So, not exactly a success story. And just out of curiosity, let me take a look and see. I guess we can do this search online as well. Let's take a look really quickly at, and let me put the link to this article in the chat as well. Yeah. Posting it in the chat to nobody, which is who's listening to this stream right now. It's all good. It's all good. There you go. Nobody. You can click on the link and read the article. All right. So what I wanted to see was Play Store. Let's type in dating apps. So here are the top dating apps. OkCupid, Tinder, Badoo, Plenty of Fish, Hinge, Adult Singles, Bumble, Free, the app called Free Dating App, Mingle 2, Let's See More, Happen, Woo Plus, Lovely. See, now at this point, you see how it is? The top row is where it's at. This down here is your challenge. And interesting enough, Match is way down there. These are all the names that I've heard about. I've heard about Happen too, but most of the ones I've heard about are up here. So when you're down here, like even me reading this, I'm just kind of like, these are irrelevant to me. Because I'm thinking these are apps that are not good enough that they made it to where I'm even aware of it. And then you got to think about it. Like, that sounds kind of aggressive, but that's kind of how, that's what you're going to be dealing with. You know, if I create my dating app and my dating app is, no one's ever heard of it, it's way down here, you know, how are you going to find it? The idea is that the dating app is good enough to the point where you're able to rise through the ranks just through the success of it. And that's the idea that I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for my app to deliver something that all of these apps aren't really delivering. And in doing so, let it sell itself to where, you know, everyone's having such a great time that they're promoting it and promoting and promoting it. And then we also got to get some publicity, hopefully get some articles written and things like that. But marketing is going to be huge. And hey, if the app is doing well, I don't need the money at all. So I'll be perfectly fine with putting 100% of the profits back into the app to push it even harder. Take it to the next level. Start with like a Facebook ad, get a bunch of members on there. It's growing. Do some more Facebook ads again. Do a YouTube ad. And then at that point, maybe look at hiring an actual agency, like put 100% of profits into hiring an agency, a marketing agency to push it even further. Ultimately, you want to get on TV, you want to get some articles published and stuff like that. Then you're really on fire at that point. So just out of curiosity though, let's take a look at Tinder and see the reviews. Look at those. Look at that, 3 million reviews. Wow. That's not intimidating at all. Tinder is just plenty of fish. Wow. Tinder is just like plenty of fish, and you get your account permanently deleted from practically nothing. I said hi to one member, and within seconds my account was terminated without explanation. I'm guessing wrongfully reported me as a fake profile. It crashes every time, so this is technical difficulties. Fake app this is. Nobody can chat from 2 months. Please don't install this app. Okay. I don't think Tinder's a fake app. I could not log on. In this app support twice, asking them to look into why it won't let me set up a profile. So no one's talking about the actual how it works. This guy gets a lot of likes, so people are having these technical issues. It's interesting. They want to charge $50 for Tinder Gold. What a joke. Either the company is ludicrous, insane, or people are really... I'd pay that money for an app full of fake profiles, scammers, and all sort of rubbish people. And uninstall the crap immediately. There are much better apps out there. Thanks for sharing your feedback. We want to know that we take misuse of our platform very seriously. If you ever know a suspicious profile, be sure to notify our team by reporting it in the app. Yeah, right. I need to write my own review about my bad experiences on there. Tinder promises 5 super likes a day with gold membership, but this is false. If you only use 3, you don't get the 5 for the next day. I didn't use my 5 for 2 days and only used 3. I had 2 left, blah, 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 blah. Look at this is like nothing but negative. Look at all of the, do you understand that we're just getting negative after negative? They have so many reviews that the overall score is positive. But if you just look at the recent reviews, it's not sorted in any way. This is just how it is displayed. Look at it, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. So you think there's a demand? You think there's a demand for something better, perhaps? All these people are potential customers for me who are unhappy. After deleting my account a while ago, I re-downloaded it. Now I can't access my functionality. So a lot of technical. People aren't talking about unable to edit bio. Talking about pushing towards paid membership. It used to be a great app with real profiles. Now it's full of fake ones or profiles with no person on the picture. New matches disappear. Well, that could be somebody unmatching you. Account was deleted. So this is getting horrendous reviews. Let's see what the top. By rating. All these positive reviews are saying nothing. So fun. Those are probably like fake reviews. Look at that. Look at the amount of likes that they get. The positive reviews, right? From 2013. They get like few likes. But the negative ones get tons of likes. Look at these. These are getting no likes. Real short comments. Good so far. So Tinder probably has a bunch of fake reviews. Fake news. All right, so that's a quick peek at the competition. A bunch of average app revenue data. Let's take a look at this. The web is chock full of app developers and would-be app developers looking for average app revenue data. Presumably, these developers are looking for data that will help them benchmark or forecast the performance of their own mobile apps. In this post, first, we're going to examine actual average app revenue data for U.S. mobile market and demonstrate why these figures can be incredibly misleading when you're benchmarking your own app's revenue performance. Then we'll walk you through a much more reliable approach to benchmarking your app that really doesn't rely on misleading competitive data. Average app revenue, the ways it can mislead you. Whether you're benchmarking the revenue performance of an existing app or you're trying to forecast the revenue of an app idea, using average mobile app revenue figures can be grossly misleading. Averages can include app that are nothing like yours. Let's say you've launched a mobile game app and you'd like to benchmark its revenue. That is, you'd like to know how your game's revenue is performing relative to other apps. Is it high, middling, or low? You could start by considering the average revenue for all apps in the iOS and Android app stores. But most apps in the App Store are nothing like your app. They're terrible points of comparison. So the top 200 apps, average daily app revenue. That is insane. The average daily app revenue is $82,000 a day, 2016, for the top 200 apps. If you've got a top 200 app, you're making $82,000 a day is what this is saying. That is insane. If you're in the top 8,000, which sounds like a big number, might not be as big as you think, you're making $3,500 a day. We will gladly take even 25% of that. Because again, this is the daily. Let me double check again. On top, it says average daily app revenue. Just want to make sure. I'm not reading this wrong because, I mean, even as monthly numbers, even to be making $3,500 a month with your app, I mean, as extra income, I mean, that's impressive. But daily, huh? Whoa, hold on. Sorry about that. So amazing, it's making me choke, and there goes my EQ app just crashed again. So now I gotta go kill it and start over. Okay, got the EQ running again. In fact, you can see from the chart below, the average revenue per app can vary dramatically among app store categories. An average, for example, a game app can expect much more than an app for any other store category. Interesting, games make... Whoa! Look at games versus other apps. Wow! This is estimated in-app purchases on 10/13. Wait, are they saying... Wait. What is this average daily app revenue? Is this for all the... What does this mean? Purchases for the week. Average app revenue for store category. So you're saying the average game isn't... This can't be right. How can the average game be making $22,000 a day? This stuff is like crazy. Entertainment is $3,000. Communication is $2,300. Where does dating fit in? Is that entertainment, music, education, sports, news, health, productivity, food and lifestyle? Might be $600 a day. Business, tools, photo, medical, travel, books, finance, weather, shopping. All right. Let us continue. Instead of benchmarking a target app against the average revenue of all apps, which include apps that are very dissimilar in their purpose, focus only on an average app revenue on a target app specific category. We run into problems there too. Within each app category, there are thousands and thousands of apps. So even though we're narrowing our focus by looking at a specific category, we're still looking at results from lots of apps that are dissimilar in many ways and hence aren't useful for comparing or benchmarking. Returning to our example of games, you can see that even within specific categories, some types of apps will on average perform much better than others. So here are games. Strategy games are way better. Casino is next. Cards are next. Then role-playing, then dice, then action, and it goes down, 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 down. Education is at the bottom. Nobody wants to play educational games. Nobody wants to learn. They want to just waste time. It's interesting. Average app revenues are very skewed by the top performing apps. Yep. Will examining the average revenue per app of just action games give you useful benchmarks? In short, nope. Take a look at the difference between the revenue of the top performing mobile games. Clash of Clans, $2 million. I still don't understand these numbers. Are you saying in a day? It has a date. It says in-app purchases on that date. Are you saying $2 million? 2 million? I mean, 2 million. I mean, a viral video on YouTube, 1 million a day? I guess it could do 1 million a day. And if you're only charging $1 to $3, I mean, I guess this number is not that hard to reach. That's insane. But look at the massive difference. You go from 2 million to 1.4 million to 300,000, 96,000, 82,000, 67, like massive difference. So if you're doing a War of Dragons type game, you need to eliminate those two at the top, because that's totally skewing the results. Look at these numbers. These numbers are more sensible. So app revenue for action games, top 2.1 million. Clash of the Clans, average 8,400. 80th percentile, 3,100. Now 50th percentile, the median, look at that number, $150. I'm not clear on what that number means. Is that per day? These charts are a little ambiguous. It just says app revenue from action games from in-app purchases on. I mean, it seems to indicate, maybe it's just that I'm not accepting what the numbers are saying, but they're saying pretty much what they mean. I mean, if I take this as face value, it's saying on October 17th, 2016, and then, okay, I still don't know, because is this for all of the apps? Well, the first one is a specific app, so Clash of Clans, so that made 2.1. So then average, so you're saying the average app made 8,000 on that day. That's what it seems to be saying to me. 80th percentile made 3,000 on that day. 50th percentile made 150, but even 150. Let's do the math on that. Even 150. So 150 times 30. That's still 4,000 a month, 4,500 a month. At the 50th percent, medium, 4,000 a month. The 20th percentile is interesting though. They didn't make any money on that day, which makes sense. That's kind of like how my YouTube videos, you know, average video, not my best videos, but average video might perform, to where some days I might not make any money at all, right? Because the money is so low. I might make 50 cents on one day, $1 another day, $3 on a good day, on a really, really good day at that, actually. But that means many days I might not make any money at all. So 20th percentile, $0. Top 20, Igor's trying to make a health app. Revenue of the top 200 health apps. So they're saying you should benchmark against apps that are very similar to yours. Be very, very targeted in the data that you're looking at so that it's most relevant to you. So not just by category, but target specific apps. My question is how do I know how much an app makes if I'm going to be targeting specific apps and not just categories? I like this. The app doesn't have to be exactly like yours, since that's likely impossible to find. Likely impossible to find. It's likely impossible to find an app exactly like mine. Why would there be an app exactly like mine unless I copied that app? Right? Because if there's already an app exactly like yours, why did you create another app that's exactly like something that's already out there? Right? That's like I wrote a song and I'm going to look for songs that's exactly like my song. What? Okay. Ideally, you'll want at least a handful of very similar apps against which you can compare. So that's interesting data to look at. I'm going to post that in the chat for the nobody that is listening. I'm not saying anybody's a nobody. I'm saying there's nobody listening. Live streaming for no one. How much money can you earn with an app? In 2007, mobile traffic accounted for 63% of total website traffic in the United States and 3.3 of the almost 6 hours per day that adults spend consuming digital media. In the app world, developers are in high demand and compensated accordingly. The Android platform is in the lead with the average salary of $96,000 amongst developers. $96,000 as an Android developer. Android is a well-regarded platform because of its continued market penetration. Apple iOS platform is not far behind. Mid-level iOS developers making $96,000 per year. It's worth noting that both Android and iOS are top-heavy in terms of earnings, with much of the total revenue being earned by top developers. Some of the younger app developers in the market have begun recruiting mobile app marketing specialists to help them bridge the gap. That's interesting. See, this is how you learn. From researching one thing, you learn about something else. Look what I'm about to do right now. Pay close attention to what I'm about to do. I'm looking at how much money can you make, right? Consider the topic of what I'm reading. And now look at what I'm about to extract from this. Some younger app developers in the market have begun recruiting mobile app marketing specialists to help them bridge the gap. So I'm about to go from an article talking about how much money you can make to following up on a lead in terms of how to market your app. So the terminology, one of the issues with doing research is you need to know what to look for, right? And if you're researching something that you don't, obviously, if you're researching, you don't know much about it, then how do you know what to look for, right? So for me, digging around, I have now figured out a term that I was not previously aware of. So now I can dig deeper into this. Top mobile app marketing agencies. Mobile apps marketing specialist jobs. Interesting. I'll take a look at that as well. Top mobile app marketing agencies in the United States. Why marketing is critical to mobile app success. What is the best mobile app marketing company? And let's add to this cost. What is the cost of hiring one of these guys? How much does it cost to market an app? What's the estimated cost of mobile app marketing? See how much information we're getting from that one article, which wasn't even about this? That's how you got to keep reading, and then you pick up little pieces here and there, and then you go down the rabbit hole, learn more and more, get a clearer picture. So now we got, oh my goodness. There's some Indeed stuff. I'll take a look at those. Why marketing is critical to mobile app success. Kapla. This is good information. Paste this in the link. All this great information that YouTube wants you guys not to have. Let's see. Quora, what is the best mobile app marketing company? That would be Five, whose happy clients include Napster, Rosetta Stone, Marriott, Moonlight, and others. Moonlight, Napster. Five is a mobile design and development agency. Blah, 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 blah. Does she work for Five? Doesn't specifically say. I'm a little bit suspicious of her. Sounds very promotional. Maybe this is Five's. Part of the Five's marketing campaign is fake Quora responses. Mobile app marketing plan. Viral marketing, reviews by influential bloggers, high-profile media coverage. I mentioned that already, didn't I? Launch a Facebook campaign, paid installs. Large number of app reviews. Organic growth, keeping your audience interested. I like this. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So much so I'm going to try to copy this image and add it to our plan. Look at that. It's now part of our plan. Amazing. Let me see if there's any updates I need to make. There you have it. I'll be right back. Stand by. I'll be right back. Stand by.
subscribe, then click the bell. Click the bell because you don't want to miss out on more awesome content that I'll be posting soon right here on this channel. Welcome aboard. Buongiorno. Salut. Vigits. Bienvenidos. Hasta luego, todos. I'm so excited that you've decided to join the team so we can learn together, grow together, and achieve our dreams. Let's do it. See you soon. Grazie. Learning, learning, learning. We gonna do some learning. Gonna learn.
Subscribe, I'm telling you.
With options, your entire strategy is based on what you. I'm going to give you the fixed protocol. Options Greeks.
Click subscribe, then click the bell. Click the bell because you don't want to miss out on more awesome content that I'll be posting soon right here on this channel. Welcome aboard. Buongiorno. Salut. Vigits. Bienvenidos. Hasta luego, todos. I'm so excited that you've decided to join the team so we can learn together, grow together, and achieve our dreams. Let's do it. See you soon. Grazie. Learning, learning, learning. We gonna do some learning. Gonna learn.
And we're back. We're back at it again. Let's get you guys back onto the situation. All right. So this is all good information. 10 mobile growth hacks that will skyrocket your app growth. Personal onboarding. Simplest way to generate a user's attention. Begin with a personalized welcome screen to personalize content. Choose one of the ones that best designed your users. Push notifications. Push notification is a simple growth hack that can be set up within a matter of minutes. According to a study done by push notification supports 88% more app launches. In-app messages. Content sharing within the app. Let's add that to our model. Our little diagram. The beauty of that no one watches my live streams is that I can overshare a little bit without too much concern about the wrong person seeing my secret sauce. Of course, I'm not going to push it too far and put too much stuff out there, but if I had a much larger audience, I'll be a little bit more sensitive to what I'm putting out there in terms of my strategies. I mean, this is my strategy document I'm creating, right? Wouldn't want to necessarily put that out there. But I'm not putting the real secret sauce on this. I will be doing that offline, of course. I'm not an idiot. But this is still valuable information. Some of it definitely is stuff that's not necessarily advantageous for me to be putting out there, but due to the small audience size, I have no problem putting it out there. Because again, the critical stuff I'm not sharing because that is proprietary stuff. Can't run a business by giving out your secret sauce. You can certainly share your fundamentals, but you don't want to share the core stuff. Like, what is my plan for actually making this work? Why would people use this over other apps? I've got good, clear answers to that, but I'm not going to share that because that would be foolish. I'm trying to build a business, not a tutorial. Okay, that looks good. Social logins, yeah. I forgot about that. Is this spell check not working? That's not proper spelling. Incentivize. Incentivize. Is that the proper spelling? Maybe it was correct. I don't know. I think we got something pretty good here. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so in-app referrals. In-app referrals. Yeah, I wanna have a lot of ways. Let me put that in here too. Miss my keyboard. That's crazy. I put the dating. This is really for the EQ app, and I'm putting like dating stuff in there. So I gotta obviously separate this. This is supposed to be the EQ app document. It's all good. I'll just take out the dating stuff out of here. I need to take a break. I'm getting my brain is a little bit tired. I need to get something to eat for lunch. So I need to step away from this for a little bit. When I come back in, I will separate the apps, get the dating stuff out of the EQ app thing, and I'll try to see if I can attempt to build a Android app today. Start anyway. I'll see how far I can get going, and that'll be that. Whatever I get accomplished, I get accomplished. I just want to just give it a shot, and I want to share that with you guys. So I got to first do some research about building. I think there's actually a Hello World for Android. I might start with that. It's a lot of good information here. So let me add this to my document. Research. How much does it cost to market an app? What else do I need here? It doesn't cost some mobile app marketing. Let's put that in here. You can read that another time. Okay, I know I had looked up something about creating an Android app. Okay, here we go. How to create an Android app. Android Studio. Let's put that in there as well. Probably need to categorize these links later on. I think that's it. That is it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end this live stream, take a break, and then I'll get back. I'll do another live stream, at least starting the process of trying to build a Android app So I thought what I was actually looking for now is I thought I had looked up Hello World Android. Hello World Android. Hello World and Android developers. Okay, so here's a project. Okay, so we can quickly look through this. So here's what I found. So create an Android application. The first step is to create a simple Android application using Android Studio. When you click on Android Studio icon, it will show screen as shown below. A new project. Activity to mobile. Anatomy of an Android application. All right. It's pretty simple. I can do that. We can do that. I know I can do this. Come on. You can do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, guys. Until the next episode, this is the Computer Programming University. Live streaming once again to nobody. 'Cause that's how we roll. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this live stream. Until the next episode, this is a Computer Programming University where learning is fun as it should be. First step is to always smile. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this video, and I will be live streaming a little bit later on where I will try to at least build this Hello World app. I have no idea. I've never built or even tried to build a Android app, so I have no idea how far I'm going to get with this. This is definitely going to be interesting to say the least, but what I'm going to do is I will jump into this. I'll give it my best. I'm going to set sort of a time limit in terms of how much time I'm going to invest in in trying to build this app. You know, so the basic idea is go as far as I can within a certain time frame, and then if it takes longer than that, then I will just end the live stream at that point saying, well, hey, this is, you know, there you go. I tried to build an app. This is what the process was like. This is as far as I got. And then I will continue offline, and then I will do a separate video going over the entire process, the more compressed version. So basically this will be a real-time attempt at building a Hello World Android app. I'll probably set it at, I'll give myself an hour. How far can I get in an hour to build a Hello World Android app? So that video will be live, me trying to build a Hello World app in an hour. However far I get in an hour, that's how far the stream will go. So if I get it done, great. If not, I'll end the stream, continue offline, then upload the results. Either way, I'm going to attempt to build a Hello World Android app today. And then I will, from that, begin the process of trying to build an EQ app. The CQ app is a name that I initially came up with. I don't know if I'll stick with that or not, but that was the initial name, was CQ for Computer Programming University, Q from EQ, equalization. I may stick with it, may not, don't know, but that's the initial name. So build a Hello World app, build a Hello World app. I would like to set a goal that if I have to build the Hello World app before I try to build the EQ app, right? If I can't build a Hello World app, how am I going to build an EQ app? So first step, build a Hello World app to know the process, go through the process, get my feet wet, then jump from that to trying to build the EQ app, which I'm not going to try to build in one day, obviously. I'll do a lot of research, learn about how to interface with the sound system and on Android operating system, research on any existing equalization libraries and stuff like that. So do my homework, and then from that begin the framework of designing the app. Probably do some sketches, what it's going to look like, basic functionality, use the app that I've been using as a template, and then go from there. Just start building it piece by piece, and try to build it as soon as possible, because I'm not going to be able to build my dating app until I get this done. That is my goal. Do not get into the business of building an app and spending all this money on marketing, promotion, and hiring a developer on something that you know nothing about. I've never built a mobile app, never built an Android app. So I want to build my own app, start to finish, Hello World. Build a EQ app, so that's now a real genuine app that I could actually put out there on the market. So that's a full process, not just something for fun. This is something I'll put on the market. I don't care about the success of it. I mean, I will try to make it successful, but the point of it is really educational. But you know, I'll try to make it something that, you know, definitely that I'd want to use, and if I want to use it, maybe other people want to use it. But I don't care about the success of it, because this is not my business plan, right? I don't want to make money. I'm not looking to make money from this. This is something I'm only doing as an intermediary step before I get to the dating app. So I want to be fast, just knock it out, you know, real basic. Even if it's a 2-band EQ, most of the settings I mess with are really, it's on the high end and the low end. So maybe make it a 2-band EQ, look about building more bands later on. Hey man, make it even a 1-band EQ, because the point is to just build an actual functional app that I could put in the store. Right? So if it ends up being too complicated to do all the different bands, whatever I run into, eliminate all the complexity, keep it super simple, whatever it takes. So even if it's a single band EQ, so we'll call it the bass booster app, right? It's all it does is boost the bass, doesn't mess with anything else. That's all I can figure out in the time span allotted. Fine, no problem. I'll do that, finish it, upload it to the store, try to promote it a little bit just to see. I want to get my feet wet with the full process. So it's not just building an app, it's also promoting the app. So I want to be able to promote it a little bit and get some feedback and, you know, sort of get the ball rolling. I want to be mindful though, since I'm not going all out with this app, I don't want to build an app that may get bad reviews and then affect future apps. Because if I have like a Android developer account or something, then it's like, let me look at other apps this guy built. He built this crappy, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get in that scenario. So I'm not sure how I'll address that. That's something I need to figure out. Anyway, so ending this live stream, taking a break, coming back to do a Hello World Android app, attempting to. And then from there, we will schedule out and start building the EQ app. And then as soon as that's done, we'll start building the dating app. But all from now until that point, I will also be preparing for the dating app, because ultimately that's where I'm headed. So I already spent a lot of time today research and doing some notes about strategy. And as the day goes by, or days go by, I will continue to mold and adjust it. I put out there the fundamentals. Now I need to start putting in this offline secret sauce that I'm obviously not going to share with you guys, of the magic of why it would be successful. So I'll start adding the notation of the features and my strategy of how I want to defeat the other apps. So super excited, but I need to eat. I think this caffeine on an empty stomach is messing with me. I feel a little weird, shall we say. I think that's just it's the caffeine. I do have reactions to caffeine sometime, I think, depending on what I've eaten and stuff like that. So need a break. Need a break. I need a break, so I'm going to take a break. I will see you later. Thanks for watching and clicking on the like button. I'm out.
Click subscribe, then click the bell. Click the bell because you don't want to miss out on more awesome content that I'll be posting soon right here on this channel. Welcome aboard. Buongiorno. Salut. Vigits. Bienvenidos. Hasta luego, todos. I'm so excited that you've decided to join the team so we can learn together, grow together, and achieve our dreams. Let's do it. See you soon. Grazie.
Learning. We gonna do some learning.
We're gonna learn.